Hey, what's up, everyone? Rick's Savage Reviews and News have been on hiatus for a bit. Actually, this is our first project we have taken on. We haven't been in these shows for, I think, since about November. And so I discussed with Ricky what would want to be our first subject, what we want to talk about since we haven't been to a show. And I've been wanting to do a series on subgenres, our favorite subgenres, music, the bands that we really love, and kind of like tracing it back to the beginning and the effects that it has, like here in the state of West Virginia, people like in our backyard, bands that come through, and our favorite genres of music have always been like punk, metal, and the little genres inside of it. I don't really like to use the terms genre or labeling music at all. It's just to be able to communicate and to talk these subjects, you gotta use them word genre or music, whatever it is, metal, punk, country, hard rock, acid rock, whatever. And I don't like to use those, but people are used to those terms. Music's music, man, and that's what all the fuck it's about, is what do you love. Me and Ricky always liked aggressive music. I grew up on it, and I raised my boy on it. And we play it, we love it, and one specific genre we really are a fan of and we love, and it's really big in West Virginia, is hard punk. And of course, growing up in West Virginia, you're familiar with the ghost stories. You grow up with the monsters in the woods, the spooky, the creepy, the unexplained. Here in West Virginia, we have everything from Mothman to the Flatwoods Monster to werewolf sightings, Bigfoots, fucking aliens landing. And, growing up in the country that I've done most of my life, you spend a lot of time in the woods and in these mountains. There's a lot of things you see and hear that's unexplained. And sometimes you can just sense that you're being watched. There's something out there. So there's a natural inspiration, a natural groove and feel when it comes to hard punk. Punk to me is just keeping it simple, basic, and that's what that style of music is. And I think that's why a lot of people gravitate to that. The unexplained, the paranormal, the supernatural, and be able to relate that in such an imagery and style with such a stripped down basic form of music, the way hard punk is. So we're going to be going through a lot of subjects, I guess, in the next weeks to come, maybe months, just depends how we're going to get through this. Again, we're going to start off with the subject of hard punk, and we're going to talk about where it begins. Everyone's big favorite band, the father of hard punk is the Misfits, and we're going to walk through that levels and with Glenn Danzig and the whole Michael Graves controversy and where they're at today. And also talk about some of our personal favorite hard punk bands. And we're going to invite people to participate. You can write, you message us, you can comment on our Facebook or YouTube, and let us know your views, who your favorite bands are, who you feel is a big influence to you. Not only hard punk, because when we're done with that subject, we're going to go into metal, the different branches of metal, like we were talking about, thrash, death, speed, black metal. We're going to talk a lot also about punk rock itself. It began with the Sex Pistols and the Ramones, and we're going to play music from them. And we're going to go up to the 80s punk rock movements, the hardcore, the street punk movement of the late 90s and early 2000s, and the whole British, UK punk rock. And what these bands and this music and the impact that it's had on us as individuals and as a culture. And so keep tuning in. Keep watching for the Rick's Post, and we're looking forward for your input. Hope you stick with us. Rick signing out.
One, two, three, the Rick!